Back talking Cougar basketball with the head coach of the ladies, Coach Mike Davis. The ladies on a winning streak at 7 in a row and now at 11-4 overall, number 17 in the top 25. A handful of road games left, but then like we talked about, February, jam-packed. If you haven't had a chance to come out and see a game in a while at South World Complex, see the men and the women conference games, doubleheader. It's an awesome, fun night. You get 5:30 and 7:30 tip-offs, and the place is just buzzing the whole night long, especially with some of these newer teams in the conference. People are having some fun here at the arena.
Cougar dogs and popcorn.
Cougar dogs,
Can't
popcorn, you name it. Flying T-shirts. You never know what you're going to get. Real quick, I meant to mention Generica Bland, newcomer to you guys at the semester break from MACC, I believe.
Nope. Actually, she's a young lady from University of Nebraska, Omaha. That's where she transferred in from. Really unique story. A young lady who's 6'4", out of a small town, Edwards, Mississippi. Went to Southern Miss out of high school. And her first semester there, they found out she had a heart defect.
Oh, wow.
And had open heart surgery, actually. And missed 2 years of playing, still went to school, but never was able to step foot on the court. Went to a junior college, Penn Valley Community College a year ago, was an All-American there and averaged 25 points a game. And then signed to go to University of Nebraska, Omaha. We tried to get her down here. They had a coaching change before the season ever started, and we were contacted by them, and fortunate enough to get her in here at the semester. So as soon as our classes started, that's when she was able to play and had her first game last night. So glad to have her with us.
And scored a dozen, if I remember correct. So that's a nice little debut.
Well, a really talented young lady and a real presence in the lane with her size and ability.
And it gives you a whole other way to use a body like that and you use her skill set to really do a couple other things differently.
We've talked with our team. PC, who was able to start playing, gave us an entirely different aspect than we had on the team. With Generica, who we call Jay, her addition, again, same thing, gives us an entirely different look. So, we've added 2 players here at the break that have really changed some of our looks on the floor, and I think that's for the best.
All right, when I say defense, what's the first things that pop into your head about your team?
Poor.
How do they get better? What's the quickest way to change that?
We have really struggled all year defensively, and we have not been as good in containing the basketball. I think we struggled early with the new way that the officiating was being done, and I don't think we've adjusted as well as we need to. But I think part of that, too, is just devotion to it. It's there's a little bit of religion comes into play when you play defense, and I don't know that we're completely committed to that yet. We're working on it.
Passing the basketball.
The turnovers. My glass is half empty.
You're supposed to get it to your own team, right? Is that how?
Cross-court passes last night. I still see a few of those things. This is a team that is improving with that, though. I really thought early in the year we really struggled shooting the ball, and a lot of times it was because the passing just wasn't where it needed to be. And, we always talk about a shooter's pocket, delivering that ball right into that shooter's pocket. And it's something we're improving on, and it's something we need to continue to get better at. This is still a team, I think the fun thing about us is we can go either way right now. We can either still improve a tremendous amount or we can go backwards. And, there's some teams when the middle of January gets there, you kind of say, well, this is what you have.
Right.
And, we'll see what we can do. I really look at us as a team that, we still have a really high ceiling to get to.
And you mentioned, we talked earlier about confidence. That can sometimes lead into a little overconfidence, and then you start making some of those mistakes, as you mentioned, some of those passes that you're trying to do a little too much, a little too fancy.
Give me another one. I'll try and give you a positive response, okay?
3-second in the lane calls.
Ejection. It's a good way to be ejected. My mom always talked when I was growing up, when she'd help with your homework, new math. And I never knew what new math was, but when I was discussing it with an official the other night, I think we had a misunderstanding about new math. And so, it's 3 seconds in the lane can be misinterpreted.
So does Lily Abreu get a credit for half a win as a student assistant on that game? Or how does that work?
Do fantastic.
That was great.
I really, as much as you hate for something like that to happen, it was really wonderful to me how our team handled a tough situation. And I think you find out a lot about people when you're in a tough spot. And, I think this is a group that really showed a lot of just character. I think character is a word that's thrown out too much. Just because you help someone across the street, I don't know if that's always just character. It's part of it.
Right.
But part of character, too, to me, is how you handle really tough situations. when you can give in or when you don't. And I really thought that was a game when we showed a lot of character for our young ladies.
Big win down the stretch in that one, and now on a roll with 7 in a row. Good luck with these last few games down the stretch here in January. February should be a lot of fun with a lot of home games, a lot of home cooked meals, and before you know it, it's March, and there'll be some tournament times, and hopefully a climb up the ladder again would be awful nice.
It's great fun to be here. Our men's and women's team both having great years, and it's great fun to come to the gym and get to see 2 good teams each game.
Coach, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. We'll see you back out on the court here at Southwell Complex. And again, the full list of schedules and a bunch of new features too on the new look Cougar website, ColumbiaCougars.com. We'll see you at Southwell Complex. Thanks for watching Cougar Coaches Show here on MediaCom Channel 22.